My name is Raul and welcome to another edition of the Muscle Car Modeler. In this one I'm going to review this particular build right here. This is a 70 Torino Cobra. It's a Revell kit. This one I built box stock, and it's an interesting car. I really like this car. I think it's a neat car, kind of large for being a mid-size car for 1970, which the Torino was considered mid-size. It also has some unique features that I really like about this particular kit and the car itself. The first appearance of the 429 motors, not to be confused with the Boss 429s that were available in 69 and 70 in the Mustangs and in the race cars. But this one got the 385 series big block, which is the 429, and this model is the got the Cobra Jet version. It's actually the Super Cobra Jet version with the drag pack option. The giveaway is in the engine compartment on this particular kit. It has the oil cooler, which is visible right behind the latch right there. That's a clear indication that it's actually got the drag pack option. So it has the Super Cobra Jet 428, which also had was rated at 375 horsepower instead of the 370 horsepower, but that's heavily disputed. But it's a really nice kit, and it pretty much falls together. It's just a pleasure to build. But since I figured I'd do the review. It's in my opening sequence with all the photos. Been asked to review some of those model kits. I will get to a number of them, but since I had this kit out and looking it over, I decided I would start with this one, since it's a really good build. Pretty much right out of the box. I didn't do anything to this particular one. Just built it. Picked Grabber Green as the color. This is Testors spray paint, and then cleared with automotive clear. This one I've done a few years back, but straight out of the box. It's a couple of differences between some of the Revell kits. The Revell has this particular kit, and they came out with a 70 Torino GT. I have that kit as well. Have not built that, and but I did build this one. I'm actually building a second one, and with a few changes. I'll show that one, but I'm doing it as the Twister Special, where this one is the standard Cobra. And reading on these particular cars is kind of interesting. It's the Torino, but most literature, everybody calls it the Torino Cobra, but it doesn't say Torino anywhere on the car. And in the literature, a lot of the Ford literature, it's just called the Ford Cobra. So it's kind of interesting that it's the same car, but they also had the Falcon in this body style, but not the fastback roof, but it's still pretty much this car. One of the unique features is this grille. That grille is specific to the Cobra with the headlights that pop out. Not quite a big fan of that particular grille, but that's the grille that this car has. I do really like the shaker hood and the shaker option that this version offers. The GT has a hideaway headlight grille, and it also has a different taillight panel with a one-piece taillight that goes all the way across with a different grille pattern. I will eventually get to build that particular one. And then one of the other differences between the two kits is this particular kit has bucket seats with the low back bucket seats with headrests, if you can see them in there. And the GT has high back bucket seats, which the GT also has a front air dam spoiler under the front, and some photo etch parts. There is a grille that's molded in the side here. It's because both bodies have that emblem or decoration, but it doesn't belong on the Cobra, so that should be sanded flat, which I have done to this particular one. It's gone, and which I also did on my other one. Another little deviation, I did add the Shabo tire transfers for the lettering, which really make it pop. But this is a very nice kit, very easy to build kit. I mean, it really goes together with a really lot of nice detail in this particular kit. And I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a big fan, I do highly recommend building this kit. It's a really nice one. And like I said, it goes together really well. And there's a lot of different options and things. I haven't done the GT, but I do plan to use this hood on one of the GTs with the hideaway headlights and doing the shaker option, even though it comes with a different hood with a scoop. And man, I'd have to think how many of these I bought. At least 8. So this one's built. I got one more I'm building as the actual Twister Special in Vermilion, which is Calypso Coral, but on this car they called it Vermilion, even though it's the exact same paint. And you'll see that one in some work in process, because that's one's halfway through, even though I've recently started these videos. That's why I don't have anything starting that particular one, but I'll get to that one. Also, it's a great engine compartment and chassis for kit bashing. I got the Jimmy Flintstone King Cobra with the NASCAR nose that didn't make production, and a couple other cars kit bashing the chassis under a couple of Cyclones as well. So like I said, I bought, I think, 7 or 8 of these kits between the GT and the Cobra. But really like the kit. It's a really good kit. So if you've got one, enjoy building it. They go together very nicely. But thought I would show this one to you, and I will get to some of the others that are in my opening sequences. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and enjoying the ones that I built, and I'm enjoying showing them to you guys. So as it is, any comments, please leave your comments and I will respond to them. And thank you for tuning in, and any of you guys that feel like subscribing, I will have many more builds and things going on. I'll talk to you again. Thank you.